I want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers for this event, FJN, who have been able to get us here. I will take this opportunity to also introduce our program. We are a media-funded institution or other organization that is called IREX, and IREX stands for International Research and Exchanges Board. And the work that we do here in South Sudan is basically the sustainable independent media activity. So with that and the fact that we are about media, I want to acknowledge all the media houses represented here today. I may not have all the names. I believe we have the radio community, we have iRadio, we have Summer FM. I want to appreciate that you're here today. And mainly because we have an important activity that is ongoing, which is the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. I know that the speakers who came here before also did allude into the importance of being able to commemorate this important day, important event, which starts from the 25th of November and goes all through to the 10th of December. Now, matters of gender-based violence, I am sure we are not the first people to stand here and speak, but I do want to appreciate that these conversations are ongoing. And the conversations that are ongoing are not just ongoing from the perspective of just the community level, but now we are bringing in the perspective of the media. So the fact that we are a media organization and that we work with the media to be able to ensure that we all can be able to use our voices, not just at a community level, but also outside. I heard the youth leader saying that the youths are not able to be here because they have other commitments. Luckily, with the media that we have and the work that we do through the media, those youths can also be reached so that they can understand the importance of reducing the numbers of gender-based violence that are mostly as a result of the cultural practices that we practice, but also the economic situations that we do go through. Why do we have early marriages? Why do we have other practices that do not support equality between men and women, the young girls, and the boys? Is because of some of the situations that we find ourselves. But all of us here have a responsibility to be able to work against and curb those traditional and practices that bring about harmful behaviors. Now, I want to say that while we acknowledge that gender-based violence is not just about, the women being abused, the numbers and the statistics do show that it's actually women and girls who are much more affected by gender-based violence. But the reason why we are here, and I want to appreciate specifically the men seated here, is because we can all learn and we can agree on what is the best way to be able to work around reducing the numbers of gender-based violence that we see. In this year's theme, we see that we want to work against we want to work towards ending gender-based violence against girls and women in South Sudan. So that's important to be able to note that we want to come back home. We want to see what is it that we can do at our own levels to be able to curb and reduce gender-based violence. So I want to take this opportunity to really thank you for welcoming us here, for the work that we do as IREX, supported by USAID. I must acknowledge that we are supported by USAID, and so we implement this work, and we are working with FJN, and we work with other partners, to be able to implement the work that we do here. We are based in Juba, but we do work across South Sudan. Not just in Juba alone, but we do work across, in Wau, in Awil, in Turale, in Minkaman, in Kapoeta. All the radio stations that are in those locations are radio stations that we work to support through the funding that we have. Our project started implementation here in South Sudan in 2022. It's still ongoing. We still have a couple of months to go until sometime next year. So we hope that we'll continue to interact. I know that you've interacted with FJN before through the support that we've been offering, that we will continue to interact and ensure that we can continue to use the media as a medium of engagement peacefully, and then we can be able to educate even those who are not seated here. Now that we are speaking here today, we can all hear each other. They will be able to hear from the media, but also even for you who goes out there, make sure that you're spreading the news to ensure that we are reducing the numbers of gender-based violence.
Jamanta gunasma is me Boboya James, ana murtana bkun hena fi Gurei. Ana kan kun matum beji hena besa san begene manas lakin halal aliyan ana jehto hena san kana beta 16 days of activism. Ana der itokum kelisilu kalamde figilba betakum gal belade asan bamse gidam nusuwan yal sukerin ورجال لازم كيكون مع بعض عشان برابا بلده وعشان بلده براباو دارين ناس كيكون مع جيلبا كويس كيكون مع تعاون عشان كلام ده بيجي بيصير ناس بامسك كدام رايت أنا مرتا أنا أنتم كلو نسوان رجال بدنا ده بس فوالا كان كم سبراو عندك كلت دوغو إيدان كده نسوان الجاينة ده أنا ما اسمه كلو كده لنسوان تنقاينو في كاميرا بنات الكاميرا ده جونا دسبتاكم وجينا معكم دوغ لمن إيدان كده وانا كمان دير كلت دوغو إيدان عشان ده باينو تاينو زول تدنا كبير من مكتب ده كمان مارا وبيسول ليدرشيب بتاع مارا عشان بكون انا بكون كويس في البلد دوغو إيدان لو ممكن وانا دير كلنا دوغو إيدان كمان للسلطان بتاعنا عشان جيبوا ناس في البلد ده عشان بكون هنا مع سكيورتي الكويس في البلد بتاع غوري هنا. أنا بس دير أقول 2 ولا 3 أجال. واحد إنت كنا نازلين ده صحفيين رايت صحفيين ده سكال مع راديو كوميونيتي سكال مع سما اف ام سكال مع ميراي اف ام ناس كم ناس اللي اسمع ميراي اف ام كده إذا فوق ميراي راديو أمين أي راديو أي راديو وي تي ار اس وي سما اف ام وي ده صوت البتاكم انتوا ندير كلاس معه في جوبا لسالفاكير ولا منو بس دوغو تليفون في اي راديو دوغو تليفون في تي ار اس ودوغو تليفون في سما روحوا بتاك ده باسو معه الراجل بتاك دوغوتا وانت ما دير سلطان كلاس مع كلام ده والسلطان ما دير سال كلام بتاك ده بس دوغو تليفون لاي راديو قال اي راديو دوغانا في طرف ده اسا جواجا ناس كله باسمع كلام ده بوليس بيجا كلام ده بيسالاو موسو كده كويس كلام بتاع إزادة أي بيساعدوا أنا كان زول بيجا ما بيساعدنا في بلد إزادة بيساعدوا تا أصلا إنه أجد كله جاي إنه لادي في أمريكا رايت so دي ناس بعدين باس ما قالوا في كلام الحاصل كده في غوري so أنا دير ونزو معكم جا ناس وما بتاعي أنا دير كلام جبل سلطان ونزو مناس كبار هنا قال إتوكم mata kutu galana mara wana mara sakit ita ma mara sakit gibel representative bita women group wonu Senegal sokol bita nuswan fi bed muhim lo ita bagder stakalo fi bed asa bukun bed bita bukun kwes manatu ita zaru fi matama ita bagder kun stakalo kwes muskala so ana der kelta makafo I wanted you to come out from that challenge right asina bukun fi manasaba kibir دي حاسة في مناسبة رايت ما تكين قال أسكرنا ونزو بعدين بيجي مشاكل نو أنا دير تنكلو كون دي رجال كمان أصلا كرجال بكون في هلا بقدر أعمل بيزنس برا في مدرسة برا في كنيسة بعملوا منظمات كتار even بقدر أعمل ديسيجن في البلد مرة بقدر أعمل ديسيجن في البلد وان دي راسما لو إنت كرودو قال بكون نسوان ما بتا مودوبا تقدر يكون نسوان بتا فوق كده دوغلانا يدان كده دوغلانا كده ita urudu kalam de minalela le bukura ito bigama nuswan pita moduba ita nuswan pita mataba kebir asan der bel abinu bel pita South Sudan right juba de mara mohim woye shukran